Oh, there we go. Perfect. On time. Bang on time. Well done, Emma
Woohoo!
MC. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. What about you? OG,
Yeah,
is
all
that
good. What
OG?
about you? Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Beauty.
I'm feeling very fresh today, actually. I had one of the best night's sleep I had in a long time because I wasn't woken up in the middle of the night by a little child.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't. I had good sleep. I'm in. I'm in my. I'm in my childhood bedroom, so I did have a child wake me up by AKA my niece, who I share my room with. But I
Nice. Good times. Right, what
mean,
are we
can't
doing with
help but
this
be
on
the favorite
screen?
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
what
that's
is that?
true.
You're
Yeah,
just
what is
getting
that?
ahead
We
of the
don't.
game.
Yeah, we never start like that. Right.
No.
So, what's the session today, Emma MC?
We are going to learn all about Energy Saving Week.
Yeah, Energy Saving Week 2025. This is a big one. It's always a big one for schools. I was
Mm.
kind of surprised about how big it is, but they do love it.
I mean, we want to save the planet. The planet's for our future. That's
Saving
that's
the
my that's
planet.
my take on it.
Yeah, well, there is that, and also saving the pennies,
Oh yeah,
saving
definitely.
saving on fuel costs and that kind of thing because it's not cheap. So,
No,
right, what's that down at the bottom, MC?
that is our challenge page. So if you see that, you just type that into your browser, and it'll bring up a lovely page that gives you all the information you need for our challenges this week.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Energy Saving Week, and it is bit.ly/Energy Express. Is it
Mm-hmm.
Energy Express? It is Energy Express. Yeah, I thought that was a good little short link actually.
That's the one that
Let's
works
get
for
it
me
up.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get it up on there. So this is the page you should be getting to. You don't necessarily need it for this week, but it always helps. Some weeks is more important than others. This week it's handy, but it's not a
Mm-hmm.
game. It's not a game killer. Can you say that? Not a game.
I
Game.
mean, a game changer. It is a game changer
Yeah.
though if you want information about those Express school challenges. I see the button right there.
Well, that is true. Yes, the Energy Express challenges, the Express School challenges. Yes, we're in a bit of a holding pattern now for anyone who's been completing the
Mm-hmm.
Express School challenges as we're trying to get new swag. We ran out of swag at Christmas, and
Yeah,
Christmas to
I
order
keep it
new
all.
swag. Yeah, I know Emma's like the queen of swag. She keeps it all, and so we are struggling to get a new batch sent through in time. So if you are waiting patiently, we do thank you very much, and it
Mm-hmm.
will be with you, I promise. It's just that right now, like we just got absolutely cleaned out before Christmas for swag. So
Well,
there we
that's
go.
good. That means there's loads of people participating and submitting all of their lovely, amazing designs and resources and graphics and videos and just absolutely everything that you can do on Adobe Express.
She's not wrong. She very rarely
Mm.
is, in fact. Right. Emma MC, what's that mad thing in the middle with all the kind of I don't know, what is that? Well, that matrix in the middle.
That pixel square there, that is
Yeah.
a QR code. So if you are an iPad user and you happen to have a nice wee camera, that's on the back of your iPad, like so. I'm just going to bring mine in if you can kind of see it.
You just completely disappeared when you put that. There we go. That's better.
So if you have your camera, just scan this. It's on. Hopefully, this has been projected on the board. You can scan this, and this will take you directly to the web page on your iPad.
Exactly that. Right, let's have a look. You can scroll down. Challenge one, infographic. Think about 4 ways in which you could save energy in and around your home in order to reduce consumption, which is good for the environment, as well as your energy bill, which is good for your pocket, for your wallet, or at least your parents anyway, or whoever it is that looks after you. So on the right-hand side, you can see there a bit of a graphic that I put together. Thank you very much. And you've got here, you can see that you've got kind of 4 bits of advice here. Now, you are more than welcome to use this. You can use it as is, and then later you can change them up or whatever it is. If you want to think of your own, absolutely go for it. Don't let us dictate what you're going to put in here. But if you want to just follow along and use the things that we've got on this page, you're more than welcome to. We've got a super skill here. Add in a presenter using Animate from Audio. We'll probably not have time for that. We'll see. But if you are familiar with Animate from Audio, you can do that. Challenge number 2 is a video. We're going to use the 4 statements from challenge 1 to create a video of your ways to save energy. We'll use stock video. We'll record voiceovers, animate text, and add a soundtrack. We love a bit of a soundtrack here. We love it.
Absolutely, especially all the
Yeah.
lovely, like the really cool ones that are coming onto Adobe again. I've been looking at them, and it's always good to get some new variety.
Yeah, I did. I found some quality Scottish music for Burns Night, actually. Really good. I tried to put bagpipes in, wasn't very successful. Put Celtic in, and there was a Scottish banger on there. So that was good.
Class.
Right. What's going on with these rules? Number one.
Pause us if you want to. So we are going to be talking. We're going to be rambling on, as you can probably hear us already. So if we're going too fast, just give us a wee bit pause there, and only a wee one if you're from Northern Ireland or Scotland. A big one if you're from Wales and England. So pause us at any stage so that you can catch up or slow down or whatever it is. The pacing is yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yours. Claim your certificate. Number two. Do you know what? I realized last night actually that I forgot to send out the certificates for the last session. So I will do a blanket email to everybody to say well done for attending. The certificate is in there. I just forgot to send out the email because, well, I could give you lots of reasons. But anyway, I will send that out and it is there ready and waiting for you. And number three is earn a pizza party from all your Express School challenges. But the details are on the challenge page for all about that as well. So I think it's just time to get going.
Yes, let's get started.
Let's get started. So let me just fire up. I should be a little bit more organized than this. But fire up Express. Here we are. Beautiful. So you'll be on the home screen. And, you know, the iPad and the browser, very, very similar. You could go to create a graphic. Why do I not like picking that one? Emma.
Because it gives you our already sized documents. So if you want to go and create your own kind of template with your own kind of sizing and your ratio, you go to the big plus.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is basically right, because the graphic one there gives you a poster size, but it's not very good for a printer. So I just go in here and put poster in here, and this A3 one is fine because it'll always also print out as A4, and it just means you don't have to mess around if you want to print it out. Don't know if you do, don't know if you don't, but whatever.
Also means the quality is pretty good. So if you're making it in a bigger enough template, and then even if you shrink it down, the quality is going to be amazing. And if you push it back up, it's going to be class too.
Yeah, I told you she's not wrong. That is absolutely right. If you design it in A3, you can print out at A4 and it will be sharp as anything. Right, let's get rid of that poster nonsense all there. I'm going to rename this Energy Week poster. That's what I'm going to call mine, imaginative. That means that I can find it later. That's the best thing about it. Now, backgrounds. So you could just go to a background color if you like and just put something like that in if you want to. But I'm going to be fancier than that because you guys are all pros. So I'm going to go to element on the left-hand side, give it a click. And then I'm going to go to backgrounds. And here in search backgrounds, I'm going to go geometric. Why? I don't know why. Because I think it's going to look cool. This is the one I'm looking for. I like that. It looks like a padded cell. Lovely.
It does.
So I'm going to go there. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to elements again. This time you can see I can use my two fingers on my trackpad to scroll back and forwards through this, or you can just use the arrows on the side if you want. But I'm going to go across to shapes. Resisted the temptation of saying it in a different way there. Normally I would say shape. Yeah, even when you're not here, I still say shape. And you can go for anything here because you could. Well, you can't go for anything. I want you to go for a circle. But if you give it a click, you can click this one as well. But if you give this one a click, then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play around with the fill and the border. So in the fill, I'm going to give that a click here on the left-hand side. And actually, you see this one with the red stripe through the middle. What does that mean, Emma MC?
Well, it's great that you've got your cursor on it there because it means
no
that
fill.
No fill. Don't put a fill on it. So it's great on the desktop. If you hover your cursor over anything, it'll tell you. But on the iPad, you have to guess.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. I do forget things like that. And then on the right-hand side, we've got a border. And this one, we've got this kind of, what kind of blue is that? What would you say? You're better at things like this. Is it?
Cerulean blue?
Cerulean. What is this absolute sorcery you're talking about here? Cerulean.
I just read a new book. I read a new book that had it on its title. So
right. Cerulean.
I learned a new word. Cerulean.
I'm going for it. Cerulean. That's immense. And then I'm going to bring the border thickness up. Maybe not too much. Oh, wow. I mean, it's already 124. Look at that. And then might just bring it down a little bit. And I'm going to pop that in the center. So the pink Guidelines of glory are there. And this is the last thing I'm going to do before I pass it over to MMC. I'm going to go to text. I'm going to add my text, and I'm just going to write energy saving week 2025. Right. And then if I use the long handles, you can see down here we've got long handles that will squeeze the box up. I'm not sure how much you need to squeeze it. Do you need to do that much? Maybe not. Maybe that is fine. But then also it's giving me the collywobbles if I don't censor it. So I'm going to my alignment tool here, you see, just under where you can manipulate text. Give it a click and that'll censor it for you. Let's just zoom out a little bit. And then I'm going to pop that in there. Look at that. Slap bang center. Right. Yeah, nice. I think I'm going to play around with that text, but I think in the meantime, I've done too many things already. So let's go over to Emma, who is the hostess with the hostess. There you go. And let's check it out. Let's get these titles off.
Well, and as you can see, it looks exactly the same as Don. So if you didn't manage to follow with him, just follow along with me. So this is the graphic button that we're not touching. We're going to go straight over here.
We can, like, it doesn't really matter, especially if you're not going to print it out. But, it might be better.
Well, do you know what? I will go from here
go
anyway,
for it,
just to show you as well. Let's go from here and create graphic, because again, it's the same kind of ratio that you're selecting. But if you did want to ever resize it, there's the wee window over here. You can just kind of resize it, and there you go. There's that poster there. If you did it, click something else.
There you
let's
go.
Just resize. Yeah. It was a wee bit of a width difference there. So yeah. Let's just stick to the same. So I'm going to look at my left-hand panel. Okay, I'm going to move that over here. So we're going to go straight to elements, like Dom did. Up at the top, there's your backgrounds right here. It's kind of hidden away with the iPad. Let's go to backgrounds. And do you know what? I'm just going to go for energy, just to kind of see what kind of backgrounds we have. And there's quite a few. Nice ones there. Yeah, I like some of the blue ones over here, kind of like big sparkles. And
yeah, that is nice.
And look at that geometric shape there. That's why Mr. Trainer's the linguist with the most. So he knows his wordologies. And do you know what? I quite like this. I quite like all of them. This is the thing, too much choice. And you know what? I'll go a wee bit different. I'll have this green one here that you can see.
Cool.
I'll go for a different color.
Whoa.
And I want to change it. So I want to double tap onto the image just to be able to change maybe where the alignment is on that and see something else.
Okay.
So. Don't want to do that. So over here, I think it's we're going to put a circle. That's what it is. Circles.
Yeah.
So let's just tap on here. Let's get the shapes. And we don't want an energy shape because they don't exist apparently. We do want a view all for circles. Let's get that shape. It's the same one. We don't want an oval. And I'm going to show you why you might not want to start from here. So again, there's reasons behind the choices that we're making today. So if I select on this and tap the circle, the border doesn't exist. So I have to do more steps in order to get my border across. So let's just add the border, tap on the fill, and get rid of the fill like so. Let's just copy. Cool. And you know what? I'm actually going to play around here, and I quite like this little border.
Yeah.
As well.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I'm going to go play with, there's a wee lime green.
So you're the queen of accessibility, aren't you? So you're working harder, aren't you, to make sure that people can read it?
I can. I do look at sort of different accessibilities and make sure that the contrast is enough so that whenever we go for our text, if I type in a text here, you can't see that black against the black. So let me go energy saving week. So if I start from this, I immediately go to change the color. So that change it to white, so it gives me more options to choose from. So let's zoom in here, pinch to zoom, and get to that little menu here. That little oblong shape, that little rectangle at the side, and bring it in. Now, what I'm missing is 2025, because if you've done this project last year with us, you might have a couple.
True.
So I'm a huge fan of text layouts. Don't know about you, Dom, but
dynamic gets me out of so many.
Yeah. I love dynamic. That's my favorite too.
Yeah, that makes it look so much better.
Yeah. Now we iPad users, every time we click on text, we have to play about with the text, the keyboard coming in and out. So just
it's a pain.
Slap it away. Yeah, but we'll make it work. make the 2025 nice and big there. Amazing. And make it bigger.
Yeah.
But we'll just slap it away, and then we can reposition that right in the middle if we need.
Nice.
And we're gonna go play with the fonts and over
Yeah.
here on the left-hand side and see how we can make it a bit more energetic.
Yeah. There you go. Right. While you play with the font, I'll do mine as well. So, what am I going to do here? Well, you can go to your recommended fonts and view all. You see there, and your recommended, you got view all. You can give that a click and have a look, and you see, yeah, that was nice. Whatever you like. That one's quite cool. Quite like that one. That's not bad. But also, if you know one, I know one that's called Bungee. I like Bungee. So I'm going to go for a bit of Bungee. I'll go for the regular, I think. And then maybe I'll change the fill color because the black's okay. Yeah, maybe I'll make it into 4 lines. Just did that by, using the long handle at the side and then just making sure that it's centered again. And for the fill color, I think I'm going to go maybe like a Dijon mustard yellow, something like that.
Mustard.
Oh, I know. Hungry.
I like a bit of mustard with ham.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, that is a cracking combo. Right, Energy Saving Week 2025. There it is. Now, what else do we want to do here? Well, if we go back to, let me just get it up here. Share this tab instead. What I've done is I've had this Energy Saving Week thing in the middle, and then I've got kind of 4 other circles with icons in, and those 4 circles relate to these 4 bits of advice for reducing energy consumption, reducing your energy bill. So let's build all of that. So let's share this tab again. Now, the easiest way to do it, and you guys already know that I'm lazy, so I'm going to click the circle, and you see immediately I get this option to duplicate. It's right there. I'm going to click it. And then if I drag out, I've got another circle. Boom. And then I can change the size of it because I think, Energy Saving Week is the title. So, let's make that the most important thing. And then once I've reduced it down just by using the circles on the corner here, then I can duplicate it again, pop one up there, make that even a little bit smaller again, just for a bit of variety. Maybe move it over. Maybe my Energy Saving Week's too big. I don't know. And then bring one over here, slightly different position, maybe just to funk it up. And then, yeah, that'll do. I'm sort of purposely making sure that it's not all sort of balanced and correct in the same way. So that's dead easy. You get to make, 5 circles just from that one. If you want to change the colors, you can go in and change the borders if you want. I might try that later. I'm going to get the basics done first. So now that I've got my 5 circles, one of them having the text in the middle, I'm going to go to Elements, and there are different places where you can find lines. Where do you normally find your lines, Emma?
I do just end up searching it. I find it, I like searching it. Or sometimes what I do is actually I draw my lines. Sometimes I like my lines to be like wiggly and squiggly.
Well, that's because Emma is a graphic designer by trade. Didn't you know? I'm not. I'm just going to do a line. And then it's in here, but it's so small. It's so small. What's it doing? Why is it so small? Yeah. So border thickness. That's how you bring it up. Nice. And then once you've got that, you can reposition it. You can spin it around and then put it in the right place. And then you've got the wee little handles in the corners. And actually, if you pull the wee handles, you can move it around as well. So it's quite useful, really. But I'm just going to make sure that my circles, if I can zoom in a bit more, my circles actually make sure that they don't overlap the circle lines. And once you've done one, what do you think I'm going to do next, Emma MC?
You're going to duplicate the rest and then position them in the right place?
Yeah, I'm going to duplicate. And then, while I duplicate, Emma can have a go at doing hers. There we go, Emma. Oh, look at you. Check you out.
Yeah, I like this text.
Funky.
For anyone that wants to know, it's called Pantarella, I think it's how you pronounce it. So Pantelleria. So I ended up putting a shape behind mine.
Oh yeah.
Just because that accessibility.
Yeah.
So that is still the whole thing. So let's go back. So tap on your text. So just get selected so that you bring up your wee menu. Scroll down to the bottom until you see the shape option there. And just tap on it. And once you tap on it, you get all these amazing options. And so I'm searching for the circle, which is usually in the first wee options there. Again, now I'm noticing how often I say we. Can't tell what
Yeah, yeah.
But what I want to do, usually it comes up in this like Adobe yellow. So I'm going to tap on the slider icon in the center and go to shape fill and just go to play around just to select which option I like the best. So I prefer black, keep it nice and simple and really make that yellow pop inside that. So I'm going to then go back, tap out so that I come back to my canvas. I'm going to zoom in here just so that I can tap and select everything and make sure that I'm tapping on the right thing. And it reflects it up here in the little thumbnail. So let's duplicate like Dom did and then just reduce. So let's duplicate and get those 4 up there. And we're just pinching the zoom and manipulating this whichever way we need. Like so.
Easy peasy.
Use that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'm going to show you the way I draw my lines at times, and I'm actually going to draw my line because
this is a learning experience for me.
I really want a lightning shape because again, energy reminds me of lightning.
Ooh, that's why she's here. Look at that.
Super. So usually whenever you tap on it, it kind of just brings it up, and you just kind of like draw it on, but it draws it on in black, so you can kind of change the color.
Nice.
And I'm going to actually match that color, so I'm going to tap on that. I'm going to tap on the little, what I'm highlighting here, and pick, hopefully it pops up there for you, pick that nice green that I've got for my borders.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what I can
you've
even
matched
do,
it exactly, haven't you, by using that dropper tool?
Exactly. And you know what I can even do? I can even go to view all my border style and match it with my little triple here,
yes.
hopefully. Now I might need to, I know what I've done wrong. I need to go to, need to choose this first. Let's do it first.
When you actually draw it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So again, sometimes you have to do things a couple of times to get it right.
For sure.
So let's go back here. There you go. Nice. And if you zoom in nice and close, if I hit done and go really, really close, it's got 3 lines on that.
Yeah, nicely done.
Which is super. So I can again duplicate that and just kind of position it, rotate it.
Well, that is new. We've never done that on a live stream before. Congratulations.
Ooh, there you go. Cool. Let me see. Let's duplicate it. And I just think it kind of gives a buzz of energy now. So it's like replicating visually what I want to talk about, so that my audience know exactly as soon as they see my poster what we're going to be learning.
Yeah. I'm liking your style.
Very good. So let's zoom out and get a wee feel. It's like a wee alien monster now.
Yeah, it does have a bit of a vibe with that. Nothing wrong with that. Right, let's have a look. So we've got my 4 here. Not quite as cool as Emma's, but it's not bad. And then what we're going to do here is, if I go back to this one as well, you can see I've got 4 pieces of advice. Turn off vampire devices when not in use. Vampire devices are things that you leave on all night, even when you're not using them. Don't leave hot water running when you don't need it. Leave the car and ride your bike instead, you legend. And then turn off heating at night to sleep better in a cold room. So I'm going to go for icons here. So the first one, turn off vampire devices when not in use. Well, I mean, I could do this in different ways. I could go to icons and I don't know. I mean, what would I search for? Like plug? I could do that. Turn off those devices or unplug them or whatever. And I could stick them in these in there. But like, I think vampire is like much more interesting, quite frankly. And I think, these are the dudes. Look at these. I think I'm going to go for something like this one. Nice. And then, you can choose where you want to put them. I might put this dude down here. I was hoping that it was going to censor it directly in this circle, but because it's close to other things, it feels like it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. I managed to do it. I persevered. Now, Emma was showing you a nice little trick before using your dropper tool. So whenever you've got anything with color in there, you can go to your fill color, give it a click, and what you'll see, you can see there, the little dropper tool. Now, when I demonstrate this, it was a bit better on Emma's, but when I demonstrate it, you will lose all sight of any dropper tool whatsoever.
Mhm.
You won't even see me selecting it on the screen. But what I'm going to do is click that and then go and hover over the yellow in energy saving week. So you'll work it out if you give it a click. And now I'm hovering over the yellow and you're not seeing anything of what I'm doing. But if I click it, suddenly you'll see that yellow is now in my palette and also on my vampire. So that's pretty cool. And then go back here. So the next one is don't leave hot water running when you don't need it. So then if I go back to my poster, here we go. And now I'm going to just X out of this icon screen here. Let me just get myself back on screen properly. And instead of vampire, I'm now going to put like hot water. Now, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Hot water. I mean, that one with the tap is probably the only one that looks vaguely like it could be hot water.
Mm-hmm.
So
unless
maybe
you do hot tap.
Hot
Or
tap.
that's
Yeah. Hot
tap.
tap. It's a good, tap. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe this is the best one. I'm going to choose it. Now, look at what it did there. What do you think about that, Emma? What can you tell us about that?
That is pretty intuitive and pretty clever.
Yeah, but what's the clever thing that it's done? Putting you on the spot here.
So, what it has done is that all the choices that you made in terms of colors and attributes and, all of those lovely styles that we talk about, it has completely copied and pasted that over to the new icon that you selected. So everything is going to be the same consistent color scheme.
That's handy. Yeah, it's really handy. It just means that I have to do less work, which is always good by me.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got the guidelines of glory there telling me it's perfectly centered. And so then, you just keep going. What's the next one? And one of them was bike. So I'll stick that in. Any of these bikes, this one's cool, like that. You see, yellow again. Perfect. You can just resize them. Make sure it's centered with the guidelines of glory. And then the last one, can't even remember now. The heating. Oh, heating. No, heating. Right. Maybe I'll put radiator. Radiator, maybe that'd be good. There we go. That's a good one. And again, it's doing all the right things. It's doing the right colors, and then I'm popping that right in the center. Boom. Nice. Easy peasy. Right.
Nice.
Going right over to, we're going to go to Emma MC now. What you got?
I'm going to go do something completely different than you, do you know? I'm going to go this time, I'm going to go to media because I want mine to be more photographic. Let's just search the Adobe stock here. Let's search for everything, to be honest. And we're going to go, well, I'm not going to search for a vampire. So let's see if we can unplug. Let's go with unplug. Let's unplug. See, there's a lovely wee image there that's talking about unplugging devices. But let's hit the view all button so that I can have a wee look and see it's talking all these really amazing kind of graphics and things that you see that's talking about energy saving. But do you know what? Sometimes the first one's the best. So I quite like this one. Looks like it's being unplugged. And once I select it, it's going to give me its full, like the full square or rectangle or the shape that it is originally. But let's tap on it to see what kind of choices we have. And I want to play around here. If you've seen this amazing feature here, crop, because if I tap on this button, you can notice all the really cool shapes that you can crop it into.
I know what you're going to do.
Crop it into a diamond. You've got a trapezium, I think that's there. I need to go back to P2 and learn my shapes. But let's play here. I want to get that plug because that's the important thing. I want it to come up. So I'm just reposition it there, tapping and dragging. And once you kind of tap on the grey bit, it kind of unselects that cropping option. And you know what? I'm just going to reposition this. And if you notice, I can just kind of like place it here.
Oh, lovely.
And place it in the center.
Oh, nice. And you're going to have a little border.
Yeah, you can make that border there, or you can kind of play around with it and size it a bit better. But I'm pretty happy with the border. I quite like it.
Yep.
And it makes it look kind of cool. So again, just go do the same process. So let's go back to media, take away unplugged, and we're going to go for a bike. Let's look for cyclists on the road. There's some motorbikes as well. I don't think many of us motorbike to school now. But let's see. I wish. These cool dudes here. I was like, they go cycling together sometimes. So let's do it again. Let's go to crop over here, just below all of those squares, and let's go to the circle. drag it over, get them both in it. You know what? You can
Yeah.
even like increase that size and get their lovely bee faces and their bee bicycles in it. And you just tap away. I'm going to put this down here, reposition. And again, if you're finding the screen's a bit small, you want to make more selection, always remember to deselect everything, tap off everything, and do a wee pinch to zoom.
Yeah,
I'm hearing it now,
that's
Dom.
good.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Wee everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there you go. Reposition that so you can get closer into those guidelines of glory, as Dom likes to tell me.
Yeah.
And keep going. So we have, let's say, a tap.
I like this way of doing it. I think it's better than yeah, I think it probably is. Is it better than the icons? It's definitely different. I like it a lot.
Listen. I always like to get something that looks like people are turning off the taps, and I think this one looks like somebody actioning that turning off the tap. So let's pick on this one.
Yes.
Let's go to crop. So sing it with me. Let's go to crop, reposition if you need, and let's use those circles.
Yeah.
Who needs musicals when you've got Adobe goals?
Adobe goals. Yeah, exactly that. That's what I was thinking.
Coming to a screen near you. Okay, what am I missing? So I've got the hot water, I've got the unplugging, I've got the bicycle.
The heating. Yeah.
Turn your heating off. Now, the latest craze I heard is putting tinfoil or reflective barriers behind your radiators so that energy goes back. So I'm gonna look this one to me looks like that's what we're doing. So tap on that one. We're just going to pretend that they're putting tinfoil on it anyway. Not tinfoil hats, we're all saying here. So go to crop and circle, sing it with me. Deselect and then select it again and reposition, and just a lot of different wee steps there. Pinch to zoom because it can't just fiddle with that there. Yeah. There we go. Unreal.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Right. Okay. Let me get it back. Okay, cool. Right. Now I might have a bit of an issue here with mine because like maybe I've not left myself enough space here. So this is quite a cool trick. It's not quite as easy on the iPad, I'm not going to lie, but you can see my cursor here. Now if I click and drag over all my things, then I can resize them all at the same time. And then maybe pop that. Yeah, gives me a little bit more room. It's not quite as easy on the iPad. You might need to shuffle things around and things like that, but we'll find out. So yeah, T for text on the left hand side, give it a click. Okay, so I was going to do that. What happens if I click this now? What I'm hoping is that it gives me the same font as Energy Saving Week, same color. I'm assuming it probably will. Well, it didn't give me the same color, give me the same font. That's all right. I'm happy with that. So I'm just gonna, it's already highlighted by default. So I'm gonna go 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Right. So that's what I want to do here. And I'm going to drag it down here. It's going to kind of be my title. Now, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to go to text layouts. We know that dynamic is always going to get us out of trouble. That's good. And then I'll sort of drag this out. It's not doing much for me right now. Yeah, there we go. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. That'll do, like that. Quite happy. I kind of wanted to make it a sort of stretch from one side to the other, I suppose. And then to give it a bit of pop, what am I going to do here? Well, I'm going to scroll down with my text selected. You see, if I click in the gray in the side, well, yeah, everything disappears. If I click back on my text, then all of your text options come up. And I'm going to go down to shape, give it a click. Now, by default, it'll give you this first basic one, which actually I quite like. I don't think that's bad, actually. But I think the one that I really want is in the first show more, not the decorative. It's like the basic show more. And this one down here means that it stretches from one side to the other. So it kind of gives you a stripe across the whole thing. And I must say, I do. Yeah, it does work well, doesn't it? Now you can see that there's 2 sliders on here. You can see, if I got it selected, got 2 sliders. If you give that a click, you can change things in there. You can change shape, size. So maybe make it a little bit tighter because I'm a little bit tight on space here. So I'm going to bring that down. But also the shape fill color. It's a yellow, but it's not the yellow that I was using. So if I give it a click, is it in my swatches? Yes, it's in my swatches. It's the first one. If you didn't have it in your swatches, so if I click it, it's the same as the one I've been using for the text. You can use your dropper tool, go in there, and then go and find your yellow, and it'll bring it up, and that's perfect. Now I've got this here. I need to recenter it, otherwise I won't sleep tonight. There we go, and there it's right there. Then what I need to do is, I'm not happy with this white, this black text. I think I want it to be white. Right, Queen of Accessibility, talk to me.
So what I would do, if you want to keep the inside of your text white, I would maybe suggest a couple of things. So you could put an outline on your text.
I like that. We'll
go for the check the outline first, because that's the first option that it's given you.
Yeah. So the outline here is a white box with a red stripe through it, which means no fill. Give that a click. There we go. How are you finding that?
I would probably increase that, make it a bit thicker on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll
100%. 100%.
There we go.
I can read that clearly all the way from Belfast.
Cool. Right. Let's see yours. Let's see how you're shaping up. Let's go on there. Come on.
Super. So facing the same problem as Dom. So not enough space at the bottom here in order to add on the 4 facts. So let's see what we can do. So I'll tap the biggest one, which is usually the text in the middle. And we're going to go to our more options, which is the 3 dots there. And on your iPad, you don't get this on the desktop. You only get it on the iPad. You see this option that I'm near is select multiple. Now, if I select multiple, I hope that I do this right. You cannot hopefully do the same kind of motion. No, you have to go and select everything. So this is where we're going to have to go and select everything. So it's a wee bit different now because we've multiple layers. So again, because we have our outline here, our little shape, kind of have to play around and get kind of nitty gritty in. And you can see the differences there with the square covering the outline there to make sure that we've highlighted the correct shape. So let's just go and make sure, take your time with this, okay?
Yeah.
Whenever you're repositioning your zoomed in image, use two fingers, which is usually your thumb and your first finger, just to be able to drag all of that. And again, go and zoom in as close as you need to in order to make sure that you are highlighting and selecting the right options. So I think that's me, to be honest. Let's just zoom out. I can see everything highlighted. And the first thing actually I'm going to do is just tap this button down at the bottom, which is group. Down at the bottom here, or you've got it up here in your left-hand panel. You always have some choice in your left-hand panel. So that's where I'll go actually. I'll go to group there. So now, yay, it's all together. That's exactly what we wanted. So let us reposition. And yeah, I'm going to say that is exactly where I want it to be. Nice and small in there. And let's get our text. So let's go to the left-hand panel here, search for that big T for text button. And I like add your text. I like to be choosy with everything. And let's say 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Okay, so again, it's copied over the text for me as well, but it hasn't copied over any kind of color. So I'm going to tap on the fill. And let's see if my swatches, do I have that yellow?
You know what? I find that it's so random sometimes that it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's really random.
So I'm going to go back and use my little color picker here because I quite like that yellow that I was using. Yeah. And then you'll see the little magnifying glass here. That's what you normally see on the desktop, but you can't see it with how we're sharing Dom. So it's like that for me because it's too busy talking. Let's try it again.
It's playing silly beggars.
It is playing silly.
It's not doing it, is it?
What?
Yeah, that is weird.
So let's just
it would normally work perfectly, wouldn't it? But
it does normally work. So there might be something on my end.
You've kind of nailed it there, I think.
Yeah. Sometimes if it does happen, again, if things don't behave the way they normally are, just swipe it off, close it down, and reopen it again. Your project will save. Been saved there. So this time around, I'm going to actually just extend my text box out, so we can do it on the other side. To be honest. always go from one end. And I'm just going to drag that so I have it here.
Yeah.
But if I want it to be end to end, a bit like what Dom was trying to go for. So I've got it like exactly the right size of my page, but I've loads of space on the right hand side. So let's change that alignment over here in our formatting options.
Yeah.
And if I just click on the button, you can see how it's changing now. So I'm looking for this little icon that has it all in the middle there. And there we go. I think that's me. But actually, I'll follow you here and put a shape. I quite like that shape.
Yeah.
And let's go here. Let's go to shape. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. And again, there's that lovely Adobe yellow that it likes to give us. So let's find here the first show more, not the second, but the first. And this is the one. I quite like this too. But you can go for any shape. This is your project. You can make it as unique as you are.
Yeah.
And I really want to change the colors. I quite like this kind of dark green. Let's go for like a kind of dark green here.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep with the vibe of my background.
Yeah.
And I'll show you one more wee trick because I've got loads of them up my sleeve. I really like using shadow. So this was my second choice if your outlines hadn't worked. Let's go for a shadow on it. And you can kind of see it kind of, as we love in the graphic world, it makes your text pop. So
darling.
I love strong. I like strong here. So I'm going to go there. And yeah, it is pure black. And let's just increase that. Sometimes it gives you this opacity window. So basically how you can see through it. Bring it all the way up to 100. And I can kind of see just here.
Oh,
zoom in.
nice. Yeah.
And you kind of see it's almost like a shadow. It is a shadow.
Yeah, often when we do things, because the screen is quite small, you can't often see. But when you zoom in, that's really clear, isn't it? Cool. Right. Let me take it back here. Right. So at the bottom, I'm going to list the 4 ways to save on your energy bill. And, I can do that really easily by going over here and copying this text. I'll copy that first one. I'll go back to my poster. And what I'll do is add my text. You can see it's giving me the same text as I've been using in this whole thing, which is great. Paste in my new one. Bring it down here. And this is where you're going to have to start thinking, well, how big do I need this to be? Well, probably not that big, actually. There we go. Turn off, I'll zoom in so you can see a bit better. Turn off vampire devices when not in use. So maybe do you know what? I'll just do them all really quickly because I'm going to think about things like alignment in a bit. So to do it really quickly, I guess I could duplicate because that will give me the same sort of size. And you can see that I'm aligning it here as well, which is kind of cool. And then if I go back, I can copy this section, don't leave hot water running, and then go back here and highlight all this text, paste it in. It's the same size, etc., 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 as we had before. And then again, I'm going to go back here. So I'm just going to do this kind of 4 times. Show this time instead. 3 dots, duplicate, bring this down, try and get the spacing exactly right. You see, it's telling me that this is perfectly spaced, which is great. And then pop that in there. And then the last one, turn off heating at night. You sleep better in a cold room. And then share this tab, 3 dots, duplicate. I wonder if I'm going to be too far down here, probably. Yeah, I'll have to play with this a bit. Paste that in. But I've got my 4 pieces of text, which is cool. And all I've done is I've just copied one and then done the rest of them. Oh, that kind of works like that. That is perfect. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And so the only thing that I'm going to do here is, and this is maybe slightly easier for me than it will be for Emma, I'm not sure really. Emma, you'll have to make a choice, is I'm going to get my icon, duplicate it, and just put them next to the right ones. And they will be small. They will be wee, but that's okay. I'm going to pop them down here and make sure they're aligned to the bottom. Let me zoom in a bit. You see when you drag it down, you can align it to the bottom. You make a choice. You can align it to the middle, to the bottom, whatever, to the top. Maybe to the top would be easier. And then all I'm doing is going to get my radiator, duplicate it, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. And this one can go down here. And you'll have to play around with sizes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about the alignment because all these icons are slightly different from each other in terms of sizes. And then hot water, duplicate, bring it down, make it into a kind of roughly the best size that you can get. And then we got our Mr. Vampire. Of course, we couldn't leave him out. That one is a bit big. It's actually quite a long one. So maybe he will have to be smaller than anything else. Sorry, Dracula. Nothing I can do about that, mister. But I'm aligning them all, so that's all good. And there we go. That is basically our poster. I think I'll pass it over to him in a sec, but what I will do is I'll do that thing which is much easier on the desktop than it is on the iPad, where I click and drag over all of it, you see? Click off, click on, make sure you've got all your icons and all the rest of it, and then I can just nudge these up. And then I'm like, oh, that's in a much better place. Just
and how are you nudging those up?
Oh, yeah, I'm using my arrow keys. Good shout. Yeah, using my arrow keys. And then I think that is kind of cool. I like that. That's nice. I mean, accessibility-wise, do I need to change that text? Maybe to white.
It's up to you. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe. But let's see how the Queen of Graphic Design does hers, because I'll be interested. Add to stage. There you go.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Now, we are going to face the problem in that whenever we go to this document, trying to save this on an iPad isn't always the easiest. It kind of shifts on you. Yeah. So what I like to do is I'm going to take a screenshot, and for everyone, slightly different depending on the version of your iPad, but usually it is the on-off button and the plus, as in to increase your volume. You press those at the same time. You take a wee screenshot, it captures it and saves it into your photos. So let's bring that up. And I have my Photos app just sitting here at the bottom, so that when this comes up, as you see, I was kind of doing it earlier, you kind of tap and hold.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do that.
And you can kind of drag down. Well, I could drag them all, but I'm going to do it one by one, a bit like Dom's there.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could do it all, and I wonder if it would like put the formatting in for you. Could be quite interesting.
Let's see. There's no harm to try it. So again, just play about with it for a wee minute. You might go from the top of the paragraph or from the bottom. The bottom worked for me better on this one. So I
find that across loads of things like Google Docs. I always find that it works better from the bottom.
Go from the bottom.
And Outlook,
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
So let's go back into our Adobe Express. Now, I think with my text, I really like my text and my font, but I don't think it's going to be good for some of this. So I might change mine. So here we go. It's highlighted that text. I'm going to go straight into here and hit paste. And hopefully that works. If not, let's see. I hope it works. Let's see. Paste. Let's see. Yes. So I think it actually worked this time. Instead of having the text box there, if you just tap and hold and hit paste, see if that works for you. But mine has managed to get on here. So again, I go straight to the white whenever I can't see anything. So I can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to go quickly into the recommended here, just so that I can see the text. So I quite like this one. It's a bit clearer for me.
Yeah.
And do you know what I can do? I'll do things a little bit different than Dom. Just because I can. So it hasn't brought over everything.
Yeah.
I'll get my little counter here to the very top, and I'll tap over here. Hopefully you can see it, the little bullet icon. So that's going to copy that bullet. I kind of like the bullet.
Yeah.
Or you can take it off. It's completely up to you. Again, because the formatting for the website. So let me try here. Let's take it off.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it?
I think so. Now. So if we wanted ours like Dom's, where there's lots of space in the middle, we can still do that. We just have to go about it a slightly different way. So I'm going to go over here. You see this little icon here with the little arrow pointing up, the T and the lines. So let's tap on this. And you've got two options. You've kind of got this line spacing, and you've got the paragraph spacing. So what you might need to do, I've just noticed there, you need to select everything. So let's just go and select it all. Get rid of that keyboard, tap on our button over here, and that line spacing. Now you can kind of see the line spacing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got a spur word there for some reason on another line. So let's just fix
Yeah,
that
it's
little
gone down, isn't it?
problem. There we go. Insert this space.
That's
Again,
nice.
you're kind of just coming and going there with that. Drag this in. Again, let's swipe away that keyboard. That. And then
Yeah,
again,
I mean, I think yours works without
done.
any icons or
Yeah, I mean,
photos.
because all my graphics are grouped, you can ungroup
Yeah,
them, copy and duplicate all of that. You can if you
yeah,
want to, or you can just kind of, let's go. You can use a bullet point system. We're talking about
mm,
4 ways. So instead of bullet points, if I tap it and then tap it again, I'm going to get numbers.
yes,
So
nice.
that's the quick win you might want to select for yourself.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think that
nice.
works.
Yeah, that works really well.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us how to share quickly on the iPad?
I do. I also want to show you how to rename your file because I forgot to do that at the start. So
You and everyone
let's,
else who comes on here,
yeah,
don't worry about it.
listen, we're only human. And what we need to do is tap on Untitled. So let's get this little text box, bring up our lovely keyboard. And I'm going to call this Energy Week 2025. Because again, I hope to be doing these every single year. So I'm going to have a 24, 25, and 26 module.
Yeah,
And up here, so I have a couple, your buttons might say download. Mine has the icon over here. So if you're ready to go and you're ready to kind of print this off or save it, you can go here. So this is file format. So there's a few different file formats. If you just want to save it and send it home to mum, PNG is fine. There's no problem with that. Or you can go for the JPEG if you want to kind of save storage. But if I wanted to print it, this is the one here. Okay, the PDF print fest for printing converts the colors to what they call CMYK or CYMK. I can't remember.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, so it converts the color palettes so that it's
Right.
the same
Different
printing. And then you can just hit a wee download on that, wait for that file to prepare, and it'll save into your files. So it'll be prompting you then in just a minute, whenever my lovely graphic file is prepared. It'll ask me then, do I want to save it into my files? Let's just drum roll. See? Copy to files.
Nice.
There we go. There's that button.
Yeah.
Save to files. So I can go into that, or I can email it, or I can send it to Teams or any other kind of software that I have on my iPad. So let's go to files, save it there. And again, you can kind of create your own like poster here. And my Adobe projects. Let's just call it here. And hit save. And that'll save.
Nice.
Save and save. So it's all saved to file, so I can share it to Seesaw, Google, whoever you want. And then what you can also do.
I'll show that on the desktop.
You show. I'll let you have a trick or two.
No, I've got a download button here. It doesn't actually say download on mine. I thought it did. And then, but you can press share, and then you can send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or create a view-only link. Right, it's time to move on. Let's go down to challenge 2, which is a video. Right, and we're going to do this with stock videos. We're going to record some voiceovers, going to animate some text, and add a soundtrack. And actually, I think we're going to do this in a super speedy way. So let's go back here to our page. I'm going to go. You can see the big. I would say the big A. It's not a big A. It's a tiny A in the top left. Give that a click. It'll take you back to the home screen. And we're going to go here. Make a video. Orange. What do they call those things?
Tile or thumbnail.
Glory tiles. So something like that. They're actually called glory tiles. And I'll just put like energy video. Right. Now, quickest way to make a video. Strap yourselves in and let's go. Right. So we've got our timeline at the bottom. We can go to media on the left-hand side. Let's do all videos. Let's go to videos, search video, energy. What are we going to get? Oh, energy saving week. I like that. Oh, what's this one doing? Oh, yeah, this is the one.
Class.
Look at that bad boy.
You went for the one eye. Oh, no, I can't go for it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And it's just actually, buffering, I think, because I've just put it in. But look at that. Nice. So that's going to be my first scene. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stay on this. I'm going to put all my videos in. So my first scene is my first bit of advice, which is unplug. I wonder if we've got anything there. No, we haven't got. Maybe we just put plug. Well, they're putting one in, but I'm going to put one out. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's fine. So that's going to be my next video, my next scene. And then I'm going to go down here to add a scene. Click. What was the other piece of advice I did? Bike. Ride your bike. Yeah, you legend. Look at that one. Amazing. 17 seconds of goodness. And then I'm going to put...
Good POV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Add a scene. Let's see if they've got any ones for radiator. Oh, now this man might be useful, actually. What are they actually doing in this? Well, actually, turning that on. Well, I can pretend in this one they're turning this off. Let's use that one. That's my radiator one. And then my last one was hot water. So I'm just going to put like turn off tap. What do we got here? That one's turning it on. Is anyone going to turn this off? Come on, people. Are they turning it off? I don't know. This one they are, I think. This one they are. Let's just check it.
Oh,
yeah, look at that. Right on the money. Perfect. Right. I've got my 5 scenes. I'm kind of almost done. Let's go over to McCarthy and see what she's got going on. Right.
Nice.
How are you going to get to video?
If you were so entranced with Dawn's work and you forgot what you were doing, let's go with the A. Not the big A, but the wee A. It looks all rainbow-like. And we're going to go straight here and click on this glory thumbnail. Is that what it is? Glory tile?
Glory tile, maybe? Hero tile. Hero tile. That's what it is.
Got it.
Hero
there you
tile.
go. Super. So again, this time around, let's follow the instructions, guys. Let's rename our file.
Ooh.
Let's move this. So it takes a wee bit longer. You just can't deselect it all. So like energy, video, and again, I'm gonna go 2025 because I'm gonna do this next year. I hope. Okay, dream big. So over here, typically it always goes into your video template. So don't get misguided. These are not videos. These are just templates. So let's go to media underneath it, and over here with videos, let's have a juke. Let's go for energy. Now, I like to be different. So I do love that pink one because I have pink hair for a reason.
Hands off.
But let's see.
Well, that one
I like this one.
Oh,
yeah, let's go for that one.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. Nice. And let's go back to edit timeline because I was playing about with things. So ours is a wee bit different. Our plus scene isn't, our thumbnail isn't as big. So let's just click the plus right beside it. And we're going to go for, it was radiator. Was it heating? Let's go for heating.
Can do that.
Do the heat first. I think these are just kind of turning it off. Kind of like a radiator one, to be honest. So that's right.
Maybe.
And again, I love how it corrects my spelling because I can't spell well on the fly. Let's see. I really want to use the cat beside the radiator, but let's have a look here. Let's get the gloves dry because again, it is winter.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about those gloves, so we can kind of keep that heating on. Let's go to plus again. It's like systems and processes. So let's think of a bike. Let's see, who's again, there's that motorcycle there that I'm really wanting to go to school on. So, but I really like this little kind of graphic animation of like everyone going, so do you know what, I'll use that.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
A bit different.
Yeah.
A bit different on it. And I think we were talking about unplug.
Yes.
Unplug.
Yeah, I didn't get many good results for that. I just put plug in.
So it's a bit harder to kind of see the previews whenever you're on an iPad, so I kind of like this one. Let's just pretend this.
Yeah, that's fine, isn't it?
There we go. We've got some unplugs.
Right.
And then the last one, what was my last one? Did I get them all?
Maybe you got them all. Maybe
water.
Right. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, water tap. Yeah.
Go for tap. There we go. I'm going to copy you.
Yeah.
And go for this one.
That one was fine.
Perfect.
Right. Okie dokie. So we've both got our videos. So what are we going to do? Well, I think the first thing we're going to do is go, if you're not all there already, go to media on the left-hand side, go to audio, and you're going to record voiceover. And I'm just going to record a voiceover for each one. And the reason why I do that now is because if you look closely, each one of these scenes, that one's 10 seconds. 6.5 seconds, 16.9 seconds, 8 seconds, and 6 seconds. Now, we don't know right now which one we actually need, like how long we actually need these scenes to be until we record our voiceovers. So I could, I could go back to the challenge page and I could read them off here. But to be honest, I don't really think I need to. I just need to say something really short, sharp, and simple. So if I go back here, record voiceover, I'm making sure my playhead is right at the start, and I'll just say 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Are we ready? Okay, microphone, I've got my Razer Siren Mini, start recording. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Okay, so what you can see here is if I just zoom in, I've got my voiceover here and it's, it's only 4.2 seconds. So what I might do is I might click and drag that just so it's off the start. So it's a little bit of a pause at the start or a little bit of empty space at the start. But then I'm going to click and drag this right back. Doesn't need to be very long. Like right about there is fine. Right. Then my playhead is in the right position for my plug video, right? So now I'm going to go back and record another voiceover. Here we go. Record devices, change the microphone if you need to, start recording. Unplug those vampire devices. Oh. There we go. Emma's going to give me so much difference. And then I'm going to move this one just off the start. And again, I'm going to trim it back. Why not? So I'm just going through the process, system and processes. I'm going to go here to the start my bike one, record voiceover, select the right microphone. Get on your bike, you legend. Finish recording. Here we go. These don't need to be long. It's just like a really short sort of advice video that you can publish, and then you can trim that right back. And then I've got 2 more to go. And then I think what I'll do is I think we'll pass over to Emma. I think we'll hear her dulcet tone as she does her. And I'll mute myself and just finish my last 2.
Well, so what I'm going to do first of all, just so that I have more, so that I can see this a wee bit more, I like to kind of zoom in. So I'm just going to use this little slider here just to zoom in a tiny touch. Not too much. I want to still be able to see my entire scene. Now, again, you can kind of get the prompt at the bottom of your timeline here where it's asking you to add audio. So even if I tap that, it's going to directly take me to the right window over here. Or again, it was just on videos. Let's go to audio through your media tab. So again, I have this nice wee video. Let's just scrub through it there. Just kind of want to give it an idea. And using my little playhead, again, it kind of helps you in the second stage of repositioning. But let's go to record voiceover, and it's going to be interesting because this is the first time I've used the earphones. So let's see how it all connects. There we go. You might be asked for permission, and yes, I want you to use. Here we go. You've got your iPad microphone. There we go. So even if you're using your AirPods, which I am, but I'm happy with the microphone. I'm standing right beside it anyway. Let's see how it works. So let's go to start recording. Here are 4 ways you can save on your energy bill. Super. So again, there's mine at the bottom. I like this slider. I like kind of using this so I can tap and drag that, kind of follow Dawn's suit there. And again, if it was really, really small, it just becomes a bit too fidgety for me. And again, whenever I'm going to trim clips, I like to be a little bit more precise, so I like to zoom in. So tap and drag those double lines. And I really like to see, this is why I scrub, I like to see all of that energy flowing. But you know what, I'm actually going to drag this over here and kind of trim from the top and the bottom so that I get the middle of that clip. There we go. Just kind of taking bits off the edge, and I'm nearly happy. There we go. So it kind of looks a wee bit like this. I'm kind of curious. Did it play? Don't know if you guys get to hear that on your end, but there is some sound there. You can see with the sound waves, there is some sound there. I think it's just because I'm wearing my headphones. So let's go to the next one. So the next one we're talking about our radiator. So what was the top tip there? If I just remember, turn off your heating at night. You sleep better in a cold room. Let's just refresh myself. So Let's go to record voiceover. Hit allow. So let's hit allow. And you know what? I'm going to swap it over to my AirPods just to see if it makes a difference.
Right, so you swapped over there, so we don't hear you on the live anymore. I think Emma can't hear us anymore because she swapped over AirPods. She's away with the fairies like she always is. Let me send her a quick message on here. Let me send her a quick message if I can. Where does it say? Oh, I can't on here actually. Let me see if I can unmute her. Hey, we can't hear you. Hey, there you go. You're back. Can hear you now. We're saying you were away with the fairies as usual.
I was.
Did it record on your end? Have you heard it?
No, I think it's because of more of my headphones.
Yeah.
So because
Yeah.
I use my headphones on my iPad, it's disconnected from a laptop. But you know what? Let's just.
Yeah, don't worry.
Let's just
Because I was recording mine as well, and it wasn't working because I'd muted myself on here. We got all sorts going on here.
It's just because we're sharing our screens, folks. But it should work for you guys. With ease. But let's just.
Don't worry. Let me have a go at this one because I've done my first few. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Unplug those vampire devices. Get on your bike, you legend. Yeah, so it's just that easy to do all of that. But then on this one, because I swapped it, I actually muted myself. I'll have to do it again here. Make sure my microphone's on here. Turn off your radiators at night. You sleep better in the cold. And let's just check that that works. Turn off your radiators at night. You sleep better in the cold. Yeah, well, there you go. Just because I'm conscious of time as well, you guys can record your voiceovers whenever you like. So you can go over to media. You can go to audio. And here, you can search for whatever you want. Like, what am I going to search for? Lo-fi. I always search for lo-fi. Yeah, that was great. It's like my favorite one. So I'm going to click it and it'll do it on the whole thing, which is nice. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. Right, bit of advice for here, Emma. What should I do with the volume?
I think you need to reduce it down. So I usually aim between 10 and 15%.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I'm a 15%er. But yeah. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. And then you can put text on there. So add your text. 4 ways to save on your energy bill. What's the best way to make something look good without having to do many clicks?
Go to recommended is my thing.
Come on, this is the advice you gave me before.
Oh, is this oh yeah, let's go to dynamic. That's my favorite.
Dynamic, always good. Wow. But obviously you can't see it, so there we go. And you still can't see it very well, but I'm going to pop it in the center. Emma's advice before was stick an outline on it. Boom. Bring the outline thickness up. Boom. And then you can go to your recommended and find, oh, that's pretty dynamic. Yeah, that's it. That's great. Yeah, exactly. That's great. Now, so yeah, that's nice. And you can, the easiest way to do this is like get your text. You can duplicate it. Well, no, you wouldn't duplicate it here, would you? You could select it and copy it, go to another scene, click on the scene, paste it in, and then you could write in your stuff if you want, like turn off your vampire devices. And, it just makes it look good every time, which I really like. Now, I'm just going to do 2 things to close this out. I won't show you how to keep on doing that because you can just 3-dot it and copy it. But one thing you might like to do is go in between your scenes, give that a click, add a transition. What's your favorite transition?
I'm fond of a wee push slider wipe, to be honest. I like the
okay. I would never expected that of you. I thought as a graphic designer you'd be like me, like a dissolve man, but clearly not.
It depends on
Um,
the ones, especially like I like to change the direction as well.
right. Okay. I'm going to go for a wipe. And then the direction is going to be, I think, left to right. Yeah. And then you've got this handy one down here, apply to all scenes. Great that. Because then you know, click it and it'll do it on every single one, which is great. So we've got our text, which
Four
goes in
ways
here,
to save on your
and you'll see the
energy bill.
transition now. Bosh.
Unplug
Nice.
those
And it'll do it on all of those.
devices.
But also, this is a handy trick. This is a new thing. And let me see if I can make it work. Right, I'll go to my first scene. I'll click on the text. And then if I go down to animate, yeah. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't. Well, I've seen it, but I don't think I've used it.
Yeah, animate all. So give it one click. All text and objects. What am I going to do? Bloom, maybe? I don't know. And it'll do it on all of them, which is cool. So look at this now. It blooms in.
4 ways to save on
We'll have
your
a transition.
energy bill.
And let's see what it does on the next bit.
Unplug those vampire
No,
devices.
it didn't work. Oh, well. You can always
Is it
select that.
cursing? No,
Yeah.
if you go, let's say, if you go to the very top there, Dom, right beside the little color palette window, beside the like in between the background color icon.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Is that the one? Or is it the same window?
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe I have to actually. Yeah. I'll have to have
Yeah.
a play with this because it's the first time I've used it actually. Animate your
And if you
entire
find out the answer,
bloom.
guys, you just send us the answers in. You guys are
Yeah.
clever.
Get on your
There you go. So that's basically how you create a video in, you know, about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. But just things like transitions and the text, you can copy your text so that you don't have to do it again and again and again. And just type in whatever you need. Your soundtrack's in there. Emma, do you want to have a little jiggery pokery?
Yeah, what I want to recommend is that remember to turn the volume up on your iPad, and then you'll be able to hear your voice, because that was my mistake here. It does play. It does play. So let's say, like, pretend I have all of my voice in here and recording. So let's go to T for text, add our text. So, and this time again, if you want to be lazy about it, you know, you can always just use the dictation tool as well and dictate. But I don't want to play around.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're back.
4 ways to save. 4 ways to save on your bills, your energy bills. And again, let's just do some quick selections. I'm going to go for this one. Let's change the color. Let's go to dynamic because we love that. Let's put an outline. Again, you should do some like
nice,
you know, quick selections.
100%. Look at that.
Nice. You know, and you can make that a bit bigger if you want. So let's do the same. Let's copy and paste that onto other slides. So let's go to 3 dots. Let's go to copy. My timeline's just disappeared. You can kind of see the button here to bring it back up again. And then you can kind of hover that playhead into each scene. Tap and hold on the gray section so that you can kind of paste this.
So again, that's the gray section outside the edge of the canvas, I suppose, is it?
So it's just sitting here. Yeah, just anywhere here, anywhere that you see. I find it easier than tapping on the video. Sometimes brings up the window. So I'm just going to go paste those. I like to kind of get all of this done first, and then I can go in here and change it. Let's use those to get rid of our text. And I want to write, let's bring it back up again. Go, I want to write, turn off. Maybe I don't want to write apparently. Turn off. Well, it's playing about just as well. I still have it here.
Nice.
Go. Might have to delete it all. Let's see. I'm going to just turn off and then delete the rest. Again, we are troubleshooting on the go here. So turn on your heating at night.
There you go.
And you can keep it simple. You can add the whole part of your words if you'd like. And then just go and edit those as you go along. I see here I've got like something that's kind of turning black. So like don't forget to trim your clips, folks, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Kind of reduce it down. So pretend like we do have our...
Well, that's a great little scene.
Yeah, so I'm going to pop that up. So I want to see their faces on their bikes. Get on your bike. And yeah, again, you can keep doing that and changing all of your text. But let me just show you how to animate just before we finish today. So clicking on everything again, you can tap on this scroll down to the bottom. You can animate that if you'd like. I like to be a bit more selective. I really like these text ones and the Flickr and the typewriter. These are kind of really. And you know what? I'll go for Flickr because it kind of reminds me of electricity zapping about the house. And let's go with each character. Let's make it a bit long and do it nice and slow. Or you can just go to randomize. Let's do that. Let's see what that plays like. Let's preview. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
So
great.
Looks quite nice and fun, but the few things that I'm missing is the transitions in the middle. Let's find a plus here. So this plus has somehow gone to the side. Again, just a wee system issue. But find the plus. Let's go to add transition. There's our push slides and wipes, and you can even go dip to black and dip to white and things like that. But I like to be a wee bit fancy sometimes with my video editing. Let's go to push. And I like this. I like how they have personalities. It's perfect for this project.
Yeah.
You've got an energetic personality. So let's use some of our learning as well. Heat rises. So let's use heat. Let's push it up.
You get the award for the tenuous link. Well done.
I know. So again, you can just keep it, you can go and change these individually. Let's put a wee dissolve in there. So, let's shake it up a wee bit. And the last thing, you can go and change those. You can all individually. But the last thing before we're getting started is just your music. I didn't show you music. So in audio, and you can go to electric. There's an electric dance music for a reason. Like a bit of EDM, as they call it, I think. That's what the cool kids say. But I just have like electric typewriters here, so it could be dance. Let's go to dance. You can go to dance music. You can search for whatever you want there, and let's go to quirky party loop. We'll say that's what we want. It might not be. It'll be 30 seconds, but when I go trim that all up and all down, should I say, it will match that exactly. So let's just do that very quickly to get it matching. You see, perfect.
Nice.
And then tapping on that, we are going to just reduce the volume. You can even tap into the square here. And if you know exactly if you're a 15% kind of guy, just type it in, hit enter. And you know what? We'll even be fancier and put a wee additional fade in, fade out. So it kind of sounds.
It does work.
Well, you can't hear. Think of my connection.
No, that's fine.
It's pretty cool.
Right. Okay, so same as always, if you want to share, you can press the share button. Videos will take a little bit longer to create a view-only link, but you can still send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams. And if you really have to, you can download it, but I don't think anyone in your school wants you to do that. But if you do, change the resolution here to 720 because that'll make it a slightly smaller file size. Alrighty, that's it for Energy Saving Week 2025, although there is a session tomorrow, I must admit.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, exactly. Next week, we've got, hang on, what have we got next week? We've got, I got it right here. We've got, it's not for, next week, Saint doing Wednesday. We've got Burns Night going on. Week after that, we've got the Holocaust Remembrance Day. We've got Children's Mental Health Week. So if you want to get onto any of those sessions, the most important link for you to remember is always there. Adobe Leaders, bit.ly/Adobe Leaders. That's it. It's always the opposite way to what you actually think it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going straight down here. But thank you very much as always, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.